On April 6, 2020, I matched with Abhishek Desikan on Tinder. On April 7th, we switched to Facebook Messenger. So, I had text messages with Abhishek April 6th, April 7th, April 8th, April 9th, April 10th, April 11th, and April 12th. 1 week. That's the time it took for me to determine I had no interest in having a romantic relationship with him. And I wrote to him as follows: I want you to try to find a woman in Seattle you can start a relationship with. As you know, I'm already in a serious relationship and I don't live in Seattle. So, although there are reasons for us to keep in touch, neither of us eats meat, we read books, we have studied languages, we both are drug-free, etc. I want you to think of this as a friendship rather than a romantic relationship. I sent that April 12th, 2020 at 9:58 a.m. I thought that was clear. I thought I was putting my foot down. I thought, this has gone on for 6 days, from April 6th to April 12th. This has taken up a lot of my time. I do not want to have a Zoom call. In the text message right before that, April 12, 2020 at 8:13 a.m., he said, we can have a Zoom call if you prefer that. And I thought to myself, I don't want to have a Zoom call with this guy. I don't want to see him on video. And I wrote to him saying politely, this is a friendship. I don't want a romantic relationship. I wish I wouldn't have said, this is a friendship. I wish I wouldn't have said, I want you to think of this as a friendship. I wish I hadn't been polite. He continued writing to me. I was a doormat. I let him continue talking to me. I didn't block him. I continued talking to him. The next day, he wrote to me at 6:32 in the morning, saying, morning, with a kissy face that has the heart coming out of it, that emoji. And then I didn't reply to him. And he wrote to me at 1:07 p.m. saying, how's your Monday going on? I didn't reply to him. At 3:59 p.m., I finally did. I said, hey Abby, the last couple days have been pretty awful and I'm just not in the mood to talk. I hope your day is going well though, and I will speak with you when I feel up to it. I wish I would have just said straight up, I don't want to talk to you. You're annoying me. Why was I not honest? For so long, I thought, you have to be polite. You can't be abrupt and hurtful to people. I wish I would have hurt him. I wish I would have hurt his feelings. I wish I would have just said, I am not interested. No. Stop talking to me. Stop sending me messages in the morning. Stop taking up so much of my time. It was already overwhelming to me at this point. Just the sheer number of messages, just how much time this was taking up. But I was polite. I was kind. And I regret it entirely. He kept talking to me, and he sent a video of himself playing Ed Sheeran's Perfect on the guitar. I said, thank you. I said polite things. Do you think I was impressed with his guitar playing? That wasn't the first video he'd sent of his guitar playing. No, he was shitty at playing the guitar. Why did I say, oh, nice? Because I was simping for him. Because he was simping for me. I was trying to be polite. More text messages. So many text messages. He started suggesting I look for jobs related to the tech industry. And he said something that I felt was the final straw. He said, on April 16th, 2020 at 4:47 p.m., please move here. Just PLS. PLS, move here. I'll take care of your food and accommodation. Smiley face. I replied, that is quite the offer. I have to take it with a grain of salt. You barely know me. I wish I wouldn't have said that. I would have said, excuse me? Who do you think I am? Do you think that you're going to disrespect my relationship with Zell this way? You think me. It would take me so long to read all these messages. I'm not going to. I had already explained to him I was in the most serious relationship. I had explained to him I've already seen Zell's daughter repeatedly. I had explained how serious my relationship was. I had explained to him I'm in an open relationship. There was no confusion. No confusion. He was intentionally not getting the point. Or he was just so stupid. He was ignoring all of those things and focusing on only the positive things that I said, which were just me being flattering and simping, just being obsequious. Because I was too much of a doormat. I was not standing up for myself, and I was taking this disrespect. Disrespectful of my time. Wasting my time. He writes, I know for sure what you're not. An opportunist, scammer, or a malicious person. If I have the means to help, then why not? Plus, we've the entire lockdown to know each other. Do you think he's still gonna make good on that offer? Because I can't afford food anymore. So, he said, I'll take care of your food and accommodation. Yeah? Will you now? Words are wind. And he replies exactly 30 minutes later, did I lose you? I had been writing that whole time. I wrote a very long message saying, I'm sorry, but I think I must stop our conversations. I wish I would have just blocked him. I wish I wouldn't have taken the time to write. So much time I lost. I wish I wouldn't have said I'm sorry. There's nothing to be sorry for, Melissa. Nothing. But I think I must stop our conversations. I wish I wouldn't have said I think. I wish I would have just said, I must stop our conversations. End. Block. Done. Up to this point, I hadn't shared anything with Zell. I had told him that I'd matched with this guy on Tinder, but I didn't show him the messages. Think of so much would have been avoided if I would have just sent these messages as screenshots to Zell. So much pain, so much sorrow would have been avoided. Just the time alone. I was already disrespecting Zell. Just all the effort that I was putting into these text messages, that was time that I was not putting into my relationship with Zell. That was time that I was not putting into reading books. That was time that I wasn't putting into studying Chinese. That was time that I wasn't putting into doing any of the projects that I wanted to do on YouTube. I had been reading books and I had been intending to make YouTube videos. And that was all time that I didn't have because I was messaging Abhishek. Because he was messaging me at all hours of the day. From 6 a.m. until after midnight. Why didn't I just say no? I said, I have to be clear. This is inappropriate. I know you don't think you mean any harm, but I feel uncomfortable with this conversation. I love my partner and I've made immense sacrifices to be with him. I'm in Victoria so that I can live with my Canadian boyfriend and so that I can earn a second degree in Asian studies. We are able to live together in Canada while I am here on a study permit. I understand that you work in the tech field and therefore are inclined to recommend that to someone who is talking about the job market and career opportunities, but given my interests, I really do not want to get further education in Chinese and become... I really do want to get further education in Chinese and become a scholar if I can. Later on I say, a career in tech is not what I'm looking for. That was what I was thinking I was going to say next. It's just too many words. People are dumb. I write too many words and they don't have the capacity or care to read what I said. And I understand, reading it out loud, it takes already so much time. Who is going to listen to this? I said, I have to repeat, I do not feel comfortable with this conversation. Please do not bring up living with you again. At the end, I said, I'm sorry if this hurts you or offends you, and I wish I hadn't. I wish I would have said, I want to hurt you because you are disrespecting me. You are offending me with what you're saying. It was offensive. It was offensive. It was disrespectful to my relationship with Zell for you to even... How dare you? How dare you say that to me? How dare you say, after I had already told you, yes, I am living with my boyfriend. I've lived with him for 3 years. We have the most serious kind of relationship. I am a second mother to his daughter. How dare you say to me, please move here. I'll take care of your food and accommodation. What? Is this I'm a dog you're going to adopt? Like, what the fuck? Do you not realize what you're saying? He's just retarded. He's just so stupid. More messages, and he says, oh, he says, I am actually frustrated with myself for thinking everyone understands my sense of humor. It's not your fucking sense of humor, bro. No, you are disrespecting me. You are disrespecting my relationship with Zell, and you did the entire time. You had no respect for me. You had no respect for me. You just wanted naked pictures of me. It's so obvious looking at this. He just wanted naked pictures of me. He just wanted to jack off. He just wanted to show off his cock to me on video. So much time. More messages. Even though I had written that, even though I thought that was firm, no, it was not firm enough. I should have blocked him. More messages continue. More messages. More messages. And then, April 18th, he suggests having a video call for, I don't know, the 10th time. And I had never suggested that myself. I didn't want to have a video call. I didn't want to have a video relationship with somebody. The point of being on Tinder was to meet somebody who was near enough that I could meet them in person. It wasn't to have endless text messages. Ugh, they're so dumb. I can't believe I fell for this kind of flattery. I can't believe just... He didn't even know me, and he was saying all these positive things about me. He had never even seen me in person, was saying that he found me so sexy. So, he asked for a video call. April 18th, 2020, 9:23 p.m. Kind of late for that, right? Call on Facebook Messenger? I said, okay, 1 minute. Blah, blah, blah. I said, if you want to just voice chat, we can. My boyfriend is studying, and due to quarantine, I don't have anywhere to go other than the bedroom, so I will have to speak softly. I said, we can just voice chat. So he called me, but he insisted on a video chat. And he took a screenshot during the video chat without my consent, and then he sent it to me afterwards. And he said, Abby wants a kiss, so pretty. I wish I wouldn't have said anything flattering, but I was responding in what I thought was polite, what I thought was going along with the kind of vibe that he was putting out, I guess, flirtatious. Oh, it's just so frustrating knowing what comes after this. You know, he had that one video call with me that was, as I said, my boyfriend was in the apartment with me. I had to go into the bedroom and speak softly to have it. Why do you think I didn't include Zell in that video call? I was already ashamed of the messages that I'd had with this guy because they were just stupid. I would not feel proud to say, hey, Zell, look at these messages with this brilliant guy. Look at these messages with this hot guy that I'm going to fuck. No, that's not what the situation was. The situation was, this is a hideous man who works as a computer programmer who has nothing in common with me, aside from the fact that we don't eat meat. And we read books. Yeah, okay, he reads books. Great. That means that he's going to be the third man I allow to touch my vagina? No? April 20th is the day. So we matched on April 6th on Tinder. April 20th is the day where we had a masturbatory video call. So many text messages all day that day. All day. From 8:16 in the morning. And it was hours. It was hours and hours and hours. So much time I wasted. That went until 12:19 a.m. 8:30 in the morning to 12:30 at night. Messages with him all day. I wrote to him, and I have to take responsibility. I could have said no. It was on my phone. I could have just turned my phone off. I could have just not communicated with him. I could have blocked him. When he started talking about his sexual fantasies of me, I should have said stop. I should have said no. I so wish I would have said no. There are so many minutes that passed, too, where I was talking with Zell. I was communicating with Zell. I was in the same apartment with him. I was basically married. Why did he think I could do this? And he said he wanted to sext. Asked me what I was wearing. I didn't tell Zell any of this. I so wish I would have. You know, when I was a kid, there was this song. There's probably home video of me singing this song. Don't ever talk to strangers. That's very good advice. Because you just don't know if they're good or bad, even though they may seem nice. Those were the lyrics. Go back and tell a grown-up friend. Well, I sure wish I would have told my grown-up friend Zell, hey, this guy is trying to get me to send naked pictures to him and trying to have a naked video call with me so he can show me his erect penis and so that he can show him ejaculating into a toilet. But no, I was polite. I was going along with it. And I was doing what... You know, I've talked about this in another video. In my first relationship, the one that lasted 6 years, we did film ourselves having sex. Those were private between us. I had met him before we did that. In my relationship with Zell, before I met him in person, I did send him naked pictures of myself. That was not why he was interested in me. If anything, it made him less interested in me. I'm sure that lowered his opinion of me. This was the third person who had ever seen me naked. And I had never met him in person, and we had only started talking 2 weeks prior to this. This is what he wanted. He wanted to see a naked picture of me, have a naked video call. He wanted to show me his erect penis. He wanted to show me himself jacking off, and that's what he got. So you'll probably recall there were many mornings where he messaged me at 6:30 in the morning, 7:30 in the morning. The next morning, he didn't message me in the morning. And I had had a horrible night. I felt terrible about what had happened. I felt awful. So he wrote, moi, like a kiss, I guess, at 12:19 a.m. That was the last message from him. I wrote at 9 a.m. on April 21st, 2020. Hey Abby, I hope you slept better than I did last night. I couldn't fall asleep and then woke up from strange dreams. That was my polite way. That was my obsequious way of saying I had nightmares all night because of what happened last night. Morning, Mel Mel. I did sleep well, but I slept longer than usual. Yeah, I bet you slept well. What strange dreams did you've? I didn't choose to reply to that. I said I'd better get some work done today. I said I'm reading the novel Great Expectations by Charles Dickens in Chinese. Have you lost interest in me now? Ha ha ha. Seriously though, I would like to talk with you if you can. I was freaking out. I'm not sure if it was this day or the night prior or the next night, but yeah, I cried on Zell's shoulders. I was really freaking out. I barely slept. I had nightmares. I was so distressed about this. So I called him. I tried to have a video chat. And then he tried to call me. And I said, sorry I missed your calls. So we did have a call, but I don't think I directly confronted him by saying that. I think I was just trying to have some sort of reassurance that this person was not going to take my naked pictures and share them online. Because, like, what the... You think I was supposed to feel reassured? Do you think I was supposed to feel reassured by what he'd said prior to this sexting thing? He said to me, April 20th, 2020, 10:27 p.m. No, I had said at 10:27 p.m., I want to please you, but I won't send nude images. You'll have to take off my clothes in person. Because he had been asking me, what am I wearing? So, okay. He says April 20th, 2020, 10:19 p.m. No. So April 20th, 2020, 10:21 p.m. I want to see you naked now. Take that hoodie and underwear off. I said, I want to please you, but I won't send nude images. You'll have to take off my clothes in person. He said, you can trust me, Mel. I swear on my mom the pictures will be safe. I want to come to you now and I want to see you. I said, at 10:30 p.m., you say that while you like me, but maybe you will change your mind about me and hate me later. April 20th, 2020, 10:30 p.m. Abhishek says, it's impossible that I'll hate you. He said the pictures would be safe. Guess who saw the pictures? His wife. They weren't safe. And I was having issues because my heart was racing. I was scared. I was like, I'm really doing this? What am I thinking? It was completely irresponsible, but I kept coming back. I should have just turned off the phone. My phone was low on battery. It was just like repeated connections and then the phone died. And finally we did have a video chat where he ejaculated on camera. I didn't come on camera. I didn't have an orgasm on camera. No. April 22, 2020, 7:50 in the morning. Did you sleep well, Mel? I said, I didn't. The last 2 nights I haven't slept well. He said, I'm sorry. I think I shouldn't have pushed you to have virtual sex. I said, yeah, I was not ready for that. I have felt worried since then. I felt vulnerable, and I realize now I'm more sensitive than I thought I was. He said, "I'm very sorry, I got a little too excited." He said, "I promise you've nothing to worry, and whatever happens stays between us." So we had started an affair. I had lied to Zell. He had lied to Zell too. He says, I said, "I hope we stay friends regardless." He said, "I'm going to be your friend for life." Well, where are you now, Abhishek? Are you my friend? No, you are not. You were never my friend. You never respected me. You never respected my relationship with Zell, even though I told you how much it meant to me. I told you I am loyal to him. And then, just 4 days later, I broke that loyalty. I broke my promise to him. I had this sexting, virtual sex with Abhishek Desikan. And after that happened, after I'd lied, I felt the control was totally lost. I felt like I couldn't have any say after that. Because this guy has naked pictures of me. This guy has something that he can use against me. And we're involved in a lie now. We're involved in a secretive affair. I was in an open relationship. I was in a serious relationship, a serious partnership, where I was supposed to be sharing everything with him. So disrespectful to Zell. And I said in these messages, sexual things to him. I wouldn't want to share these messages with Zell. Zell now has read them. Back when I came clean to him in April of this year, he read all the messages. I'm going back and reading them now. And I'm just so disappointed in myself. I'm so disappointed that this person, his flattery was enough just for 2 weeks to get me to completely abandon my morals, abandon my commitment. I'm so sad and I'm so angry at myself. Can call me embittered, but at age 31, there is just no way I would ever give this much of my time to anybody. And looking back on it, it's just so depressing. The lost time, the lost potential. All of that time where I was betraying Zell for this guy. After I lied, I felt I couldn't stop. Just the lies became more and more serious. Just digging myself in deeper and deeper. I wish I would have blocked him. I wish I would have said no. If you give an inch, they'll take a mile.